welcome to the Watering Hole. We're sitting down today with the Huser Brothers. How you guys doing?
My brothers, it's good to see you again. We're doing good. Good to be in Oklahoma.
Yes. So when's the last time you played in Oklahoma? Was it the Tumbleweed last time when it was like a couple years ago? Or last year, I guess, if we're calf fry, whenever we had you on.
That's hard to say, to be honest.
It's been a few months at least.
Yeah.
We have a hard enough time, always trying to remember where we were last night, to be honest.
Yeah, so we're out here at Grady's 66 Pubs where we play tonight. We're actually filming in Grady's green room right now where they got
sweet spot.
they got the golf simulator over here that we just got done playing on.
And
then they
we've
got
been burning that thing up today.
Yeah, then they got the awesome record store here too, which is really awesome.
Yeah, man, this is a cool vibe. But good to see you boys on tour right now.
Yeah, exactly.
They've
Yeah.
gone mobile. 'Cause the last time we always see you guys over there at Calf Fry
Yeah.
in Stillwater, and that's always a good time. I want to also let all the viewers know that y'all whooped our ass today on the simulator.
He's lying.
I think he was looking at a different sim.
Yeah.
Call us the Bogey Boys.
Perfect. Yeah, that's awesome.
I will say last time we talked to you guys, I think it was literally right before your set.
Yeah.
And no one ever does anything right before their set. So we really appreciate you guys
Yeah.
last time
Yeah.
doing that last
Absolutely.
minute.
That was a lot of fun.
And
I
that,
think we were drinking pretty heavy last time.
well, I don't know. We were playing the after party,
Yeah.
and that was probably at midnight.
Yeah.
So by the time we got to get over there, man, we were ready, primed up, and
Yeah.
thank you boys for giving us some time, man. Glad we
Yeah.
made it over there.
And I know I think I told one of you guys earlier that the last podcast that we did did a list at the end of the year of like our personal favorite podcast we had the most fun with, and you guys were on both of our lists for
man,
like
that's
one of our
awesome.
favorite podcasts that we've done. So
Well, I think I was telling you earlier too when we were talking. I was like, well, we're goofy. We're gonna have a good time,
yeah.
Damn right.
So you guys been releasing some new music here lately too. So what's been the response? I know you guys released a song 2 weeks ago, or was it
right.
last week?
2 weeks
Two
ago,
weeks
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
So what's been the response off of that song, and then the other songs you guys released?
Man, Left You Lonely. So first one that I've gotten to sing lead on.
Yeah, we got a new lead singer in
Yeah.
the band. Man. I love it. I'm just the bus driver now.
No, it's been great. It's been one of our biggest releases yet in terms of numbers wise, and not the biggest number guys, but it has been our biggest one yet, which is very, very cool, and we appreciate people taking the time to listen to it.
Yeah, man. We're all underground, and we've always preached that it takes more than a village to kind of build what you got going, and we've never had nobody really helping us but good friends and good people out there at these shows. So, it was cool to see this song when we posted all the love, and it's good to see Zach singing one, something different, over
Yeah.
here. So we're excited and worked with the producer on this one. So everything was cool how it come together.
Yeah. And ever since we had you guys on last time, I didn't really know a lot of your music then when you guys came in. And then when I kind of checked you guys out afterwards, and you guys have been one of the bands that I consistently come back to whenever I'm listening to music, just because
that's
I love you guys' sound.
Thank you. Well, it's definitely different,
Yeah, it is.
We like to I think our inspiration over the years growing up listening to music, and we'd like, when we first started out being a cover band back way in the day, we always wanted to play a song or two that everybody could relate to, and so we've always tried to mix up our sound. Every song's kind of different, and I love what we're kind of leaning towards. It's been fun.
Yeah. And especially with a scene that's growing like the Texas country music red dirt scene, you can get a lot of overlap with sound, but you have those ones that are unique, like your kind of your rock stuff, like you got Treaty Oak, and then you got
them boys.
then you got your traditional like Braxton, but you guys kind of fit in this kind of unique spot that I think is really awesome, that you guys are able to fill that void. That I can't really describe the way you sound, but you guys are country, which is awesome.
Cool.
And that's a really cool thing to see in this scene is the variety that people have, and then you guys are able to have a uniqueness among them. So
Well, we appreciate it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the thing that I love the most about this Texas Oklahoma scene, man. You can just put out your own style. There's not necessarily something you have to follow. There's no rules. You can do what you want, put out the music that you want, the music that you enjoy, and that's the beauty of the Texas and Oklahoma, the red dirt scene, man. That I love the most.
yeah,
Do you guys collect records at all? Are you into records at all? Or
Man, some of the boys in the band are way more collectors than we are. I need to get me a vinyl player. This collection right here, I could definitely spend some money in here.
Oh
Yeah.
I was looking around earlier, man. They got a nice collection.
Yeah, they got the new Turnpike album out there, and I have every Turnpike
yeah.
album except that one. So I need to talk to him.
I'll
and get that
find
bought.
the guy that's selling it.
Yeah.
I'll charge you a good penny.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. When are you guys gonna get some records pressed? At some
Man,
point?
we've actually been talking about that. You know, it's funny how vinyls are
Cody
coming
at
back.
CH Lonestar. I saw on the back of
Yeah.
the shirts earlier.
Shout out Cody.
Yeah,
He's actually been talking to me about printing some vinyls
Yeah.
here pretty soon.
Yeah, you
so-
know they're popular again, coming back, and
yeah,
we've never actually put like a whole record out of like 10 songs. It's always been EPs and singles, with just how the world is these days, you know.
yeah,
But I mean, I don't see why you couldn't do a little EP, you know.
yeah. You can
on
do.
vinyl.
Yeah, I think you guys probably have almost enough in your collection to just kind of just put everything
Put
you
it
put
all
out.
on one
Just call
vinyl.
it the vinyl collection.
The vinyl collection.
Brought to you by Huser Daddy.
Yes.
And them big girls on the front. We was talking about that.
Would you like? Are you guys design savvy as far as like? Would you want to put like a full detail into the album as far as like? Sometimes they have the inserts that come out like pictures.
Man, that would be really cool to do. I'm not much of a designer myself, but I'm sure I could find somebody to really make something cool. Man, I like the inserts and stuff in those vinyls, man. They really help tie the record together and everything and give it like more of a personalized experience, you know, from the artist.
Yeah.
And those are cool. Hadn't really dug into it too far yet, but as we get closer to it, definitely want to look into doing something.
Someone's watching this podcast right now and say, "Boy, I got something cooked up for
Yeah.
you."
There you
Well, so what? You guys went to Montana a little while back.
Yes.
Is that the farthest way you guys have traveled?
I'd say that's pretty far out there.
Yeah.
We were out there in June. We did a big run, and we went from probably Nebraska, Kansas, all the way to.
We even hit
Montana, Idaho.
Illinois. It was Kansas, Illinois, and Nebraska. We were out for 2 weeks, and then we made our way out west, out to Idaho, and hit Highway 30 Music Fest.
Once you get out there, though, it's so beautiful. You know, the mountains, and we were enjoying that 60-degree weather during
Yeah.
the day when
Man, it
you're
was
out
nice.
golfing, and 40 degrees at night.
Yeah.
We left Nebraska, drove all day, and got to Wyoming, dressed in shorts and shirt, and got out the ride, and it was like 30-something degrees. We didn't even know.
33 degrees when we stepped out of the
Wow.
van. I was like,
That's
man, I
what's
only
fun.
brought one hoodie.
That's what's fun with this music ride, though. You know, you play the beaches one day, the mountains the next. You know.
Yeah.
How many of you guys are there in the van?
So we have a nice little crew these days. We got Hondo on merch, Abe on keys and accordion, Chris on bass, Zach on drums. I sing and show
There's
my
about
nip every once in a while, I guess.
About 6 of us most of the time
Yes.
rolling.
Joey Sice on guitar.
Sometimes 7, 8 of us. It just really depends on the weekend. Yeah, most of the time 6.
So what's the toughest part about 6 dudes in a van driving across the country?
Man, we
you're
got to
close.
listen to Josh talk all day. That's the worst part. He doesn't shut
Other
up.
than that, it's a good time, okay? You really got to love each other when you're touring out of a van, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're always close.
And
close
we all
quarters.
get along so good, you know. Our me and Zach being the brothers, and then Chris and Abel are father and son in the band. So you know, we can always check each other. You know,
Yeah.
we're all family, man. But we all get along so good, and man, I mean, if you can live with each other a couple weeks on end, you know, you can get through anything together.
Yeah.
We lean on each other, man, and have a blast.
I know last time we asked you if you guys had any van stories, and you guys pleaded the fifth at the time. So do you guys have any van stories you can share on the podcast now?
I mean, we can keep it kind of PG, right?
Yeah.
I know one time.
You can go PG-13 if you want. I'm not.
Whoa.
PG-12.
There's
okay.
a couple instances, but one that really rings a bell to me was coming back one time from South Padre Island down in Texas. When you're coming back, you have to hit a border checkpoint, and they always run that dog around us just being, you know, in a van or anything. Well, we got stopped once, and we had actually been down there playing a private party, and it was for folks
It was,
from
it was a
Chicago.
wedding. It was a wedding we were actually playing at this big old house right on the beach, man. It was hell of a party, man. But we got sent back. They they were like, we're flying home. We got all these bottles of liquor and stuff.
Yeah, they couldn't fly back with it, so they're like, y'all take it.
So
we had about 30 big bottles of liquor in the van.
Handles just everywhere. Open bottles of liquor.
God.
And, of course, some of the boys were, sleeping, taking a nap. And I said, hey, boys, we got to wake up. And they said, why? And they sit up, and there's dudes with, ARs, and they patting us down and getting us out. And, we're in Oklahoma. Marijuana's legal here.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, well, in Texas, they said, you boys ever smoked marijuana before? Or I said,
Josh was like, no.
No way. And I said, well, sometimes. But there is nothing in here, I promise. But that dog had a good sniffer.
We looked down the way. They told us to pull over on the side, like the little holding area, and they got us all out, patted us all down, made us leave everything in the van, and sent us to this little holding cell deal, like by the shop deal that they got there. And we looked down there, and this dog is running in and out of the van each row. And we were like, oh, my God. There's so much liquor and stuff all in there, man.
That dog come out drunk.
Come out running sideways. Yeah, but so the dog came out, and the agent started walking away from the van, and we kind of looked around, looked at the guy, and we were like, are we good to go? And nobody said anything. They just started walking off. We were like, all right, have a good day. We're going to be on our way.
Man. We took off and hit the next town. But that was one.
Turns out they still have a warrant out for their arrest.
Yeah, maybe you want it down there.
We're going to try to sing our way out of it, man. We're some good old boys.
Man, I got another good one. We were in Kansas, and up in Kansas, there's a lot of tollways. If you're familiar
my goodness.
with that. And
That's a good one.
we were going through one of the toll gates one day, and
Headed to Oklahoma City. Diamond Ballroom.
sure enough.
Oh, really?
And so Josh gets up to the gate. He was driving, and he presses the button to get the ticket or whatever, and the gate opens. He starts to take off, and the gate just closes right as we're driving through. So Josh just keeps driving, plow over the gate, knocked the whole toll gate off the thing, and drives over it.
And I stopped and looked, and everybody was shocked, and I kind of panicked, and looked around, and we just kept going.
Took off.
I mean, I didn't know how to put it back on, and
Not a hit and run.
No, might have been, man. And it's all on camera, but really, it was the gate's fault.
It was the gate's fault.
Gate malfunction,
if these folks are listening out there, I am sorry for tearing up that gate, but I do want y'all to know that was a faulty gate. That was not my fault.
Really, you did them a service.
I think so.
Yeah.
The next cars behind us just kept following through. They didn't even stop at the toll gate. Gate was wide open.
Well, thankfully, the Kansas Department of Transportation probably doesn't watch the podcast. So you probably
Well, they might watch
They
this one
might be big
now.
fans now.
We're gonna get a DM in a few days. Like, we need to bring you in for questioning. We've
got
been
them
looking for
feathers
this gentleman.
info?
We've been looking for this van for about 6 months now.
Every time we go into Kansas now, I tell Josh, I said, man, I think we're wanted in this thing. Man. You better drive carefully. Make sure all your lights are on. Use your blinkers.
Surely that happens more than just our instance. It was just an unfortunate thing. As soon as I grab that ticket, I go and it just shut.
Just a unfortunate set of circumstances that you went through.
Do you
It didn't tear nothing up. We're good.
Do you ever get pulled over on the road by like troopers?
Man,
or
we were in
anything like
Nebraska right before we took off to Montana, and we didn't have the van with us, the trailer with us, but we were in the van, and I turned at this light, and all of a sudden I seen this cop come up behind me, and he followed us down the road, and sure enough, he turned his lights on, pulled us over, and then he asked us, what you boys doing, what not? Can I see your license, registration, and everything? And he went to his car. He's come back, and he said, oh, you boys must be in a band or something. I said, yes, sir. We're headed down to the show right now. He's like, well, you boys be careful. Get on the way.
Matter of fact, the first time we met y'all, we got pulled over on the way to Calf Fry.
Really?
A couple miles out, and the state trooper, he'd been following me for a while, but I really didn't know it was a state trooper because one of those trucks. and I had to go to the bathroom, so I kind of was pressing the pedal a little hard. And well, he pulled me over. He said, "Where y'all boys headed?" I said, "Oh, about 2 miles down here to Calf Fry." He said, "Oh, really? That's a big deal." And I was like, "Okay, maybe we'll be all right."
Yeah.
And so he just asked a couple questions and got me in his truck.
Well, hell, he made Josh get out the bus and go sit in the truck with him. I thought was pretty weird.
Yeah.
He just gave me a lesson, man.
He probably heard you going to calf run. He's fishing for if you were doing too early pre-gaming. That's probably what he's doing.
Maybe so. Man.
Not yet. But when we saw you boys, we turned it on.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
So you've been doing some dates with Trudy Oak,
Yes.
and you've done
love
some
them
dates
guys.
with Co. Do you have any crazy stories from that whole group?
There's always crazy stories with that.
Man, yeah, up in Montana. So we played Kansas, and the hospitality guy gave us, I mean, boatloads of Little Debbie's and
all the snacks.
Gushers and
Hooked it up, man.
chips
That's
and
not where I thought this was going.
donuts and dude, I mean, it gets
We want to
better.
hear the hard stuff.
And so we took all that with us on the road, and we ended up in Montana, and it was our last date before we was going home. And we talked to Sam, and like he had seen on Snapchat, like that we had all those oatmeal cream pies and Gushers and all.
And
kinds
we
of
needed to
stuff.
get rid of it because it was really
we
taking up our
weren't
whole
gonna
back
eat all
road.
of it, man. And so Sam was like, "Y'all get up there and let's throw that shit all out in the crowd in the middle of the show."
Yeah.
Those people are another breed up there, man. Like we even threw like the empty boxes, and they're like
Yeah.
carving out holes in it,
Cut
put
the
it on
holes
like
in it, put it on their head.
Yeah.
Had the Gusher box head
Yeah,
on.
that was pretty cool.
I've seen Andrew, their bassist. I've seen him throw hot dogs out in
Oh,
the crowd,
yeah.
like just like
They
hot
told us
dogs.
about that, man.
Yeah.
We did that at Hunt County Fair this year. I made a joke. I saw a video of Pat Green. Someone gave him a corn dog. And I literally was just making a joke of, man, I can't believe y'all were handing out corn dogs, and about 15 people brought up corn
Oh,
dogs in the
God.
front row. And that was kind of part of our check. I guess it's about $200 worth of corn dogs. Wow. We're going to go cash in. You know, it's highway robbery, man. They're like $10 a piece these days.
Hell, I think they're more than that now.
Mustard's probably $5 in.
Inflation, dude. It's
It's a
inflation.
damn shame.
The headliners get the chicken leg on it or the turkey.
Yeah, they get the real stuff, man.
Do you guys have any like fair food that's like your favorite like fair food?
You can't go wrong with the corny dog, man.
Yeah.
Man, the
Funnel cake.
chicken on the stick's always good too. You just got to pay an arm and a leg for it.
You guys ever dabble like the fried Oreos or the fried like
Man, I've
crazy
never had a
stuff?
fried
Now,
Oreo
if they did
before.
Little Debbie's fried like the oatmeal cream pie, I'm all over that, dude.
Aren't
but
fried Twinkies a thing?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I ain't
I've
never
seen
tried.
Are
guess
you
Twinkies
are you a
not
big
Little Debbie, but-
Little Debbie guy?
I
guys?
am.
He's sponsored by
I'm
Little
waiting on
Debbie's.
my check from Little Debbie's, but I am a diehard. I posted on my Snap this week. It's like an 18-wheeler trailer wrapped in Little Debbie's, and I quoted, I was like, if the good Lord loves me, he'll flip this thing right now. Man, I love me some Little Debbie's.
You know, he's talking to the right guy,
Yeah.
right? So they have a plant in Gentry, Arkansas. And that's about 30 minutes away from like where I'm originally from in Northeast Oklahoma. And my mom works corporate IT for Little Debbie.
Quit
And-
playing
and,
it,
and then
bro.
my uncle does like food science for them. My whole family has worked for them at some point in their life. And so I might be able to hook you up for a couple cases.
This camera, see, I'm cheesing.
What's your favorite Little Debbie?
Man, it's hard to say. The Swiss roll, oatmeal cream pie, fudge rounds. I mean, they're all good.
they're all fire, dude.
Yeah. Now, I am a brownie connoisseur, and, you know, the Cosmic brownies they're all right.
Have you had the cookies and cream one?
No.
It's fire. Like, yeah.
Get your team to send a box.
Get your team.
But if you go there, like if you're ever in Northwest Arkansas, like Fayetteville or something, and you see like a Little Debbie store on the side, and you want to stack up on some Little Debbies for cheap, you can go in there and get like a case of them, like a case of like where they put the boxes in. You know, get like 12 boxes of whatever
We
you
want
want.
a whole crate.
And
bro.
they're like $10. They're like super cheap because they're just like they'll be like ones that like the box was damaged. They'll just throw it away, like throw it off, and they'll sell at the store.
Oh, really?
So it'll be like defects, but there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
So they just go sell them at the Little Debbie store.
Sign me up, dude.
Yeah.
There you go.
Me and Rhett will go, man. Rhett's my dog. He won't let me down.
I'll go in there.
Next time we're in Fayetteville, we're gonna have to find us one of them little pop-up
Yeah.
shops. Then.
Yeah.
There's one in I don't know if there's one in Fayetteville. There's one in Springdale. very close to Fayetteville.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was thinking of
10
the
minutes
one
down the
screen.
road?
Yeah,
Oklahoma's got all these dispensaries, and Arkansas's got the Little Debbie pop-up shop.
they got Little Debbie pop-up stores in Walmart. That's what
love
they
it,
got.
dude. I love it. Arkansas's the shit, man.
Are you like anti-hostess or?
No, I like,
Oh
I
man,
like
what
their
about them
little
ding
cupcakes.
dongs, man? The
Yeah.
ding dongs, they was the Josh ate those things like candy back in the day.
Anything
And mint
that's
chocolate
unhealthy.
chip ice cream and Big Red. Boy, Josh ate all that good stuff, man. All the sweets.
It builds character. You know? It's good. It's good for you, man.
Big Red, isn't that like gum?
They make gum like that, but like the
That-
soda.
Oh, okay.
Big Red the soda. Hey,
I
y'all
was
never had it?
I was thinking of
Really?
yes. Yeah, I've
love
seen Big Red the soda, but I was thinking of don't they have like little like
Those are red
The
hot.
little red hot
Red Hot.
candies.
That's
Red
what-
Hots, yeah.
yeah.
So
No,
does
Big
the,
Red's like a real sweet red colored soda water.
He's country.
Soda water.
Where you
Red colored
from?
soda water.
is it
I'm
is it
from
like
Texas.
the same brand as the?
No, it's
Regular?
not. It's not
think
cinnamon
so.
flavored or nothing
Oh.
like the gum. It's man, it's almost like a.
Wrigley's makes that Big Red.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Sonic has a.
Yeah, Sonic
Big
just
Red.
started
Yeah.
carrying Big Red
Yeah.
not long ago.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
like Red Flash. Y'all ever
Yeah,
heard of
Red
that?
Flash.
Pop, boy,
Ever heard of that, neither?
we gotta get you boys down south and show y'all a little drink.
We need to just go down there and play around at golf with you. And,
Well,
and
I'm gonna have to get better because y'all boys are pretty damn good.
I wouldn't go that far.
But once I get dialed in, we're gonna play for a box or a pallet of Little Debbie's. Not no box. We're playing for a pallet. You're gonna go up to Arkansas. We're gonna throw it on the line.
Well, yeah, we'll have to arrange that because we do a series where we go and play golf. We'll do a 9-hole scramble with two the artists or both of you guys, and then we'll have you guys play songs afterwards.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Love to do it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Go down. I'll just bring a couple boxes for you, and I'll just start handing them out every time. Every time you like hit one out of bounds, I'll just throw you a brownie or something.
Yeah, I
Just
might need
calm
it, man.
down.
Hey, cheer up. It's all right.
Well, hell, he's gonna hit it out of bounds every time. Man. You gotta give him one if he gets on the green.
It'll be
That's kind of what I was
instead of-
thinking. I was
instead of
like, man, this is gonna
consolation.
be great.
You gotta award him for success, not failure, man.
Every time he hits it, he just like turns around, and looks at me like,
Yeah.
"Where are they at?"
That's funny. So you guys are out of Waco, right?
Yes, sir.
Around that
Go
area?
from Waco.
Yeah, that's our hometown. All of our family still lives there, so we've never really
I
had to leave home.
assume you guys are big Bears fans, then, right?
Man, we always gonna be Baylor Bear fans, you know,
Yeah.
but we've had some tough times over these last couple of years.
Basketball school, man.
Yeah.
That's all they are.
They used to be really good.
Yeah.
They used to be like when Art Briles was the head coach. Man, they were really
Yeah,
good.
he was a great coach.
You know that saying though, what comes up must come down
Yeah.
sometimes, man. They'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just keep rebuilding.
Are you guys excited for college football 25?
Oh yeah. I've been
Yeah, man, we grew up playing that. All of our buddies back home, man, we burnt that CD up.
And they've been making
playing
me
that.
wait for years.
I know.
And now it's like you got to update your console if you ain't got a PlayStation 5 or better, you know.
Yeah.
They're smart how they doing all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They want that dollar, you know.
All about the money, baby.
It's like a $70 game now.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, you know how they everything high, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, wait.
Man,
till
I'm
it's
ready
home,
for the
man.
Grand Theft Auto to come out. Man.
Yeah.
It's going to be out in like another 10 years,
Yeah.
I guess. But I
G-
think it's going to be a lot of fun to play that one.
GTA 6, yeah. I think I've heard that's going to come out next year.
Yeah,
I've
they
been
said that
seeing
about
ads
this
for
year
it.
and then it moved to
That's
next year.
true, yeah.
They at least
Jagger,
started
man,
rolling
he know
trailers out.
everybody. I'm surprised you don't know the maker of a Rockstar.
Rockstar
Oh,
Games.
John? Yeah, I know him.
Oh, John.
That's funny, man. Yeah, Waco's home for us, though,
Yeah.
man. And
So how far is that from like
from
here?
here,
Mm-hmm.
from Yukon,
About four
I think
and a half.
5 hours.
That's not bad at all.
4.5.
Yeah,
4.5, 5 hours. If I'm driving 5 hours, 4.5 for him. He drives like crazy.
No, I just no stops for me, man. Pee in a bottle.
Jesus. Yeah, but running out of Waco's always been nice for us because, you know, you're in between Dallas and Austin.
yeah,
I mean, Texas is far anyway, so
yeah,
anywhere we're going, we're driving far.
yeah.
But we love it. All the boys are pretty much
Waco's a
from
good
that area.
travel spot for Texas, touring in Texas because it's, you know, central Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's pretty good for that. But when you're touring out of state a lot, you know, it's far any direction.
Yeah.
Because you're in Central Texas, and Texas is so big, you know.
Yeah.
Where would you say you're like ideal if you could play any show to bring in the biggest crowd? Where would you say like your ideal market is?
Waco, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you
Hometown
can't
show?
beat your hometown, man. Like, that's where we started this whole ride, and that's where we'll end this whole ride one day. Like, that it is like where we're at in our careers. It's always fun to. We don't get to play our hometown as much anymore. Maybe 2-3 times if we're lucky a year, and so we'll get down there and play the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. If y'all ain't been there, so check it out.
Yeah,
it's a
it's
great venue down there,
fun
downtown Waco by the silos and everything.
Yeah.
And Chip and Joanna Gaines got down there, and all the tourists come down and see.
That's cool.
It's just a great time. Like, we come home and it's just a big family reunion, all your friends and you know, that following we just built over the years. It's a packed house, and
Yeah.
it's something I always encourage all my friends from out of state to come just be a part of your hometown. You know, it's something in the air. It's always a special show for us.
So when you guys get in the van and you're traveling up to Yukon, Oklahoma, what's getting thrown on the radio? Who's got the aux cord? What's going on? What's the situation?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, here lately, we, you know, being road dogs, we kind of enjoy our quiet, so we all got our little earbuds.
Oh, really?
But there is moments where we turning on some little Boosie, or we listening to George Strait, or we listening to a little like Ron White comedy.
Yeah, let's
You know,
go.
dude, it's all over the place. And shout out my homeboy Parker Steele. He'll come out and run sound, and he listens to metal, dog.
Death
And-
metal.
And I really didn't grow up on that stuff, but some of it's kind of cool. So, man, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good time.
From A to Z, you never know. Josh played some stuff recently that's off the wall, man.
I love it. I'm waiting on my check, man. I love them cats, though. Big Deborah, Little Debbie.
I'm gonna clip this. I'm gonna clip this entire like section of you talking about Little Debbie, and then I'll have her send it to
Little
like,
Debbie's, Little Debbie's, Little Debbie's,
like
Little Debbie's, Little Debbie's.
the higher ups there, and just be like, "Here's your
Hey,
guys'
this
number
dude
one
here,
fan." today.
He's riding on that hill for y'all.
He'll literally he'll dress up as Little Debbie and go on stage if you want.
If the price is right,
The price is right.
I would. For one night. One night only.
How many cases of Little Debbie's would it take for you to do that? Just one time.
Well, it just depends what on that case, too, you know?
Anything you want.
Oh. Let me think on it. I'll get back to you. This sounds like a pretty good deal, though.
He's afraid to give you a straight answer because I can make it happen.
Well,
He's scared. He's scared.
man, I've always really loved Little Debbie's and always joked about it. And I had some of my friends say, man, you got to quit joking about that stuff because people going to think, you know, yada, yada about you. I said, man, that's who I am, and I love Little Debbie. And I got a lot of friends that love Little Debbie's. Now, apparently, they got a park. And y'all seen that on like...
Oh yeah, I did see that. The giant.
They got some kind of Little Debbie park, and everybody's been tagging me in it, so I'm running with it.
I guess
I'm
I haven't. Seen
It's like life size. Like I saw one that was a cosmic brownie, but it's like a bench looking thing.
Oh,
They got
really?
like the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Is it in Tennessee?
Hey, now the Christmas trees are fire.
The
man.
zebra
I'll
cake.
get behind the zebra.
That's why I'm pitching the cookies and cream. It's like, you know, the ones that have the frosting on it. It's like that, but it's just like it has like just the frosting on it, and then it's got some cookies.
But I think I really
you're
enjoy
fine.
them because they're like a limited time, you know? Like
Yeah,
you
that's
can only
true.
get them like December or something, November, December, right? Or is it, are they year round?
Man,
No,
we
it's
gotta
usually
quit
just
talking about Little Debbie's. They gonna really owe us a check. We just talked about them for an hour. Now. We gave them their segment. What's next, boys?
Next.
We love y'all, but we on to something next. Hey, I bought a Hannah Montana guitar.
Yeah,
today.
I was gonna bring that up.
I know Rhett builds beautiful guitars, and we pulled into town here in Yukon. There's a little music shop right next door to the club here, and I walked in, and the boys, they instantly looked at me with this guitar, and it was pretty purple. Hannah Montana. I asked him what he'd take for it, and it was a number I liked, so I gave him some cash for it. We're gonna rock it tonight.
Really?
It sounds pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
Do you have do you have a sticker of Hannah Montana on it?
Yeah, it's straight up. So I wish we had it
Oh,
in here.
God.
It's labeled Hannah Montana and everything. I mean, it's her whole Disney Channel logo. I mean,
Oh,
her
God.
headstock
It's
even
the real
has
deal,
Disney
dude.
on it. You know?
Now you got to get Miley Cyrus to sign the Hannah Montana
Oh,
guitar.
I'd love to. I'd love to marry her. I like crazy.
Dude, he was just asking for a signature, man.
Yeah.
So
He's like the same
doesn't-
thing, right?
He doesn't want to marry Hannah Montana. He wants to marry Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
The crazy.
My bass player Chris, he's over there. He christened the guitar. He already played
Party in the USA.
Party in the USA on it. He said, you gotta play some Miley.
I would say, are you gonna play that tonight or something?
I'm not that talented, man.
Oh,
Chris is.
But Chris is going to lead it for us.
Yeah,
He's
maybe
going to
we'll let
swap
Chris. We'll
guitar.
let
Let's
Chris.
go, Chris.
what you need to do is play Wrecking Ball, and then you can peel up the shirt with the
Yeah.
nipple, and then
All right,
and then
maybe
you're
this,
all
maybe
over.
this
it.
guitar was a bad idea.
I'm just giving you too many good ideas.
You throwing the bone to me, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was a cool find today. Being a guitar player,
Yeah.
that's like
It actually,
collector
surprisingly,
item, I
it
guess.
sounds really good, too, man. Josh got his nice guitars out on the road. He plugged that one in. I was like, man, might as well just put those back in the case and run with this.
So you guys talked about the Highway 30 Music Festival. Obviously, you played Calf Ride last year. Would you rather play festivals like that, or do you enjoy like a headlining show better?
Man, festivals are a lot of fun because you get to see a bunch of your friends and stuff, your road friends that you don't get to see all the time. Headlining's fun as well. What do you think about that?
We love playing them all, man. Right where we are right now in our career, man, it's good to mix it up, like you're saying. Hit them festivals, go out and focus on your own thing, go out and open for your friends. And that's kind of where we're at, man. We like mixing it up. It keeps this thing fresh and not stagnant. You know?
Yeah. Do you guys do a lot of your songwriting on the road, or do you wait to get home to do a lot of that?
Man, I do a lot of it at home, really. There's always so much going on the road. It's hard for me to sit down and really, dial in and focus
Yeah,
on
we've been
song.
playing on the golf simulator all day,
And I've got ADHD so bad, man. When I sit down to try to write a song and there's so much going on around me, I'm like a squirrel,
Yeah.
Hey, for long, you have songs about golf simulators coming
Yeah,
out.
I mean, hey, write about them all, man.
Yeah, you just got to really, when you come off the road, sometimes you just want to enjoy a day or two, man, of quiet. And, this music life's fast, man. And,
Yeah.
and sometimes you need that rest. And so you really got to find a time, in the year. So, hey, let's go right here. And it's been cool lately. We've been out and writing with a lot of friends. And
Yeah, we've been
making
doing
it
more
fun,
co-writing nowadays, which is very cool. We'd never really got into co-writing, and started doing that. And man, it's a whole new world.
Who are you co-writing with?
One just recently we went out to Pecos's house, Pecos and the
Oh, really?
Rooftops.
take us Hurley shout out.
Yeah.
Early and
Good friend, man. Went out and did some songwriting. And, yeah, that's always fun, just get together with your friends and
Yeah.
write something. And we actually got one done, so that was cool.
Yeah, it was a cool experience. We went out to his place. He took us out on the side by side and showed us around a little bit, and we come back in, and he had this little pack of Lucky Strike cigarettes sitting on the counter. And I asked him, I said, "Y'all smoke Lucky Strikes?" And he was like, "Man, no, actually, those are jades for a photo shoot or something." And then we started strumming out some chords. And he was like, "Man, I got an idea." And the first line of the song was, "She ain't never smoked any Lucky Strikes." Man, and then we ran with the whole song.
That's cool.
Just from like that small thing that I asked about.
Yeah.
It's always cool how songs come about.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, man. We need to do some more co-writes during the week for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have more music coming in the next few months?
We've got a few more up our sleeves. We need to get recorded, and
Always record, Once you drop that project, it's like you
it's
back
what's
to
next.
it, man.
It's always what's next. It's always
So, yeah,
one after another
planning on
these
getting
days.
back in the studio again and cooking up some more stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have a typical time, like, okay, we got it finished on this date? Is there like so many weeks until you release it, or is it just kind of
We just kind of roll with what we're feeling, That's kind of what's fun about this independent artistry,
It's totally up to you, man. It's whenever it happens, you know. And when it gets put out, it gets put out. There's so much behind it, You got to get artwork done and put it out to distribution, and take so many days for that to get uploaded and everything. There's a whole bunch behind it that also comes into play as well. But man, as fast as we can get it out, the better. It's, why sit on it when you got something?
You guys, can you do a name drop for us for your next one coming out, or is that's still under wraps?
We still got it under wraps because we really don't know yet. But we are in the kitchen cooking a little bit. You know?
That's the name, in the kitchen cooking. Yeah, perfect.
We'll take 10% of it.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Everybody is these days.
Everybody wants a little slip.
I've seen a lot of people putting out CDs again.
Really?
Like they're releasing CDs.
Really?
That's crazy.
Rob Linus.
Oh yeah.
You guys know who that is? Rob Linus. We talked to him here several weeks ago, and he's put out a new album called Headcase, and they have CDs with it.
We're going to have to check him out.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of artists doing that now. CDs.
Man, cars these days they don't even make with CD players.
Yeah, I know.
anymore,
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that really hurt the CD world.
He's one of the few guys that still has the books, you know, like he's keeping
yeah.
car.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
he's got one of the books full of CDs.
We had probably 3 or 4 of those things.
People love physical copies of, just records and CDs still, It's kind of like cash, Some people still like to see that in front of them,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's the same way these days.
Yeah.
Well, I got some CDs. I can't. The digital version's not out there, so I got to keep
Right.
hang on to the
Yeah.
CD.
Yeah.
Hey, I kind of miss working to hear something good. You had to get it right, put it in, man.
Yeah, man, a little scratched up.
You had to work for it. to
Man,
hear it
I
sometimes.
failed.
Spit on it a little bit. Hot couture.
Man, I really
Not
was so
this.
gullible back in the day, man. Did y'all ever hear about that toothpaste trick? Like put toothpaste on it and
Oh no.
spread it around, it'll clean it up. Man, I think it made that damn thing worse. Scratch it up even worse.
Yeah, he's putting that one with the breath mint or whatever, had a little grit in it.
Yeah, scratch it up worse. And it was actually a PlayStation game,
Oh, no.
Freeze up,
Yeah.
Smelled
Man, we
good,
were
though.
so bad with those things. Hey, but I tell you, I cleaned it. It smelled good. That's right. But it didn't work any better.
Do you guys have a favorite full album from somebody? Like what?
Oh, man, that's a hard question because there's just so many.
Yeah.
That sitting here thinking about that right now is hard.
Dude.
And then you're looking at all these records
Exactly.
behind you,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
man, there's so many good ones out
What,
there.
one of my favorites is "A Long Way from Your Heart" from Turnpike.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my all-time favorite albums for sure.
Oklahoma boys.
Turnpike's,
Ah,
man,
yeah.
Turnpike's great, man. They did it independently for a long time, too, man. That's always something that us independent guys look
Yeah.
up to. It's possible being done, and Turnpike really proved that themselves.
Yeah. A lot of cats, man. Look at Cody Johnson.
Yeah, there's a lot of cats.
Brother Cole, everybody's doing their own routes, man. It's
Yeah.
been cool to watch. And, they're paving the way for us younger cats, man. And it gives us all hope,
Absolutely.
Exactly.
What do you have coming in the next few weeks as far as dates or anything like that coming out that you want people to know about?
Man, a lot of Texas stuff, actually. We're back in Texas for the most
Texas,
part.
Oklahoma, Louisiana. We're pushing this new single right now.
Yeah.
And, just staying busy, playing as many shows as we can. It's summertime, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time to be playing.
out there sweating with the people, man.
Yeah.
You guys were live earlier. What were you live on TikTok, Instagram?
Yeah. So that's one thing us old country boys are definitely having to jump on the bandwagon is that TikTok thing.
Yeah.
It's just, that's what you got to do these days, to get out there. I mean, the internet is literally how you promote yourself and get out and play shows like old school way we know to do, but the internet sure gets you out there quicker. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
we just been trying to do a little bit better with our time on the road and take a little break from the golf sim and say hello to people.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for 10 minutes, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Take some
People
time.
want to feel a part of your life, man. They like to see what you're doing at all times, and that's social media is the number one way these days.
Yeah, so we've
That's
just
awesome.
been trying to we always figure stuff out way later. Like, people are already way ahead of us on this stuff.
Yeah.
That's why they need to watch the watering hole so they can keep up with the Huser Brothers.
Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Yeah,
We're really
guys.
excited to see you guys tonight, and we'll drop your socials down in the
Much
the
love.
links and
Thanks again
everything.
for having
so-
us
Much
on,
love,
man.
guys.
Yeah.
It's
See
always a
you boys
blast.
on the road.
Yes, exactly. Next time you're in Oklahoma, we'll link up again and.
Let's do it. The Little Debbie Classic.
Yes, exactly. That's what we need to call the 9 holes and 6 strings, a Little Debbie Classic.
There you
whenever we
go.
do it. Yeah.
Much love.
Thanks,
Perfect.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.